Hi, I'm Chad Stahelski, the director of John Wick Consequences, and you're watching Backstage Pass on BuzzFeed.
バックステージパスへようこそ。ナビゲーターの渡辺樹里です。今回のバックステージパス、ファンフェイバリットも要チェックです。
You ready, John?
Yeah. 伝説の殺し屋は決着に立ち上がる。
Get him to give you your freedom. Challenge him to single combat. You're going to die. Maybe not.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so.
迷惑かけて済むな。
Friendship means little when it's convenient.
Amen.
映画ジョン・ウィック・コンセクエンスの東京プレミアのためチャド・スタエルスキ監督が来日。バックステージパスエグゼクティブプロデューサーのダニエル・スミスとレポーターのカズがチャド監督にインタビューしました。
Oh, you got Mark?
Yeah, we had Mark. And all he talked about this scene, he said how you really allowed them to improvise.
I love Mark, man.
そもそもどのようにしてチャド監督が主演のキアヌ・リーブスとジョン・ウィックシリーズに関わるようになったのかを語ってくれました。
Keanu was actually involved before me. There was a script called Scorn, and with Thunder Road Entertainment, and it wasn't a studio yet; it was a private production company. Keanu had signed on to do it. John Wick in the original script was like 65 years old. He lived in a brownstone. It was a post-Cold War kind of thing. He had an old dog, and he was a widower. Keanu got involved, and the first thing he did is they brought it down to his age bracket, and he wanted to spruce it up a little bit. And he was looking for a director, and he had heard that I was around town looking to direct my first project. We hadn't seen each other in almost 2 years after all the Matrixes and stuff. And he says, look, calls me up and says, hey, I've got this really odd script. I wonder if you'd take a look and give me your thoughts. And I thought he wanted me to come in and help with the action directing. But when I read the first script, I think John Wick only killed 3 people, and like 1 was an accident. So it wasn't a big action script, and it was very Cold War spy thriller kind of thing. And we'd always had this idea about what now people call gun fu, or the Aikido, close quarter gun work. And I always had this idea about taking modern day fantasy. Like, how would you do a modern day Lord of the Rings? How would you take Greek mythology and put it into a city like New York? You know, the underworld, and I pitched him this wacky idea about how you're Odysseus, and we're going to do this whole thing, and we're going to do this subworld and continentals. Myself and Derek Kolstad and my partner at the time, Dave Leach, kind of went in and pitched him, and I think that was on a Monday night, and we had the job on Tuesday morning. So for me, it was always Keanu. Like, I had spent, 15 years with him through all the Matrixes and Constantine and all these other movies that I was a stunt double and coordinator for. So it was hard to think of anybody else. But then the character, we spent a lot of time before number 1 with the suit, the messy hair. We just wrote down all the things that we had, that we love about action movies, all the things that we didn't really like about action movies that had been going on at the time, like fast shaky cams and all that. We're just like, well, we're gonna be different. We're not gonna do the clean cut look, we're gonna do the I just woke out of bed look.
そして監督とともに俳優で武道家の藤岡弘、柔道家の阿部詩も登壇し、舞台挨拶を盛り上げました。
全てのアクションがすごく魅力的で、あとまた柔道という部分も少し入っていて、本当に迫力があって、見てても本当に瞬きができないと言いますか、本当にジョン・ウィックという人物は強い人なんだなと、私も憧れるぐらい強い人なんだなと今作品も見て思いました。本当に大好きな作品の監督に今回お会いできてすごく嬉しいです。
リアルなアクションが随所に網羅してまして、またそこにはね、プロ同士のガンアクション、これはもう見事なね、キアヌ・リーブス主演のキアヌさんがすごいね、銃の扱いがもう見事な、本当にすごいです。あとカーアクション、それからあとですね、日本の刀剣や、それからいろいろ日本の武道も出てきまして、いろんなものが 総合格闘技ですね、いわゆる。
I've been fortunate enough to work with directors that are completely spontaneous, that have a broad sense of things, and then on the day it's very chaotic, but they look for that organic nature. Then I've worked for directors that come in and every single shot is meticulously storyboarded and prevised, and they both work in very good ways. What I've learned through all my second unit years of working with so many directors was you have to find your own method. For me, because I choreograph action, it's like dialogue. Over-rehearsed dialogue to me sounds over-rehearsed and sounds forced. I believe a lot of the action movies you see, they've been rehearsed to the point, 6 weeks out, they rehearsed it for 6 weeks, the actors now memorized it, and it feels a little stale when they do it because no one's rehearsed on set. Like if I'm shooting the Arc de Triomphe, I can't go rent the Arc de Triomphe to rehearse. It's going to change. I can't rehearse with 300 cars. I rehearse with 3 cars and we do it in pieces. And we never get to do a real dress rehearsal until they're there on the day with 300 stunt guys, the cars, the dogs, and things are blowing up. And that's gonna change things. I can't go build Sacre-Cœur in 300 steps. I don't get a real rehearsal for the first day of shooting if you don't think things are gonna change. Sometimes the dog is having a bad day too, Dogs don't do things, actors get tired, the stunt guys, and we change. Once we get there, you see the lighting, the things, you get ideas. If you're not ready to be organic and change for the better, I don't know. The whole reason we rehearse so much is not to do what we rehearse. We rehearse so that we can relax, have a plan what we're doing, and be creative on the day. I've seen so many people just walk in the set and it's about time. We gotta shoot shit. Okay, that's great, I get that. But what if you have a better idea? I've seen a lot of people have great ideas, but we don't have the time to do it. I'm like, well, what the fuck are we here for? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to I'm here in the Louvre to do something great. I'm not here to do something I did in a rehearsal hall 3 months ago.
バックステージパスレポーターの数がジョン・ウィックファンなら誰もが気になる今後について監督に質問を投げかけてみました。
Whether there's any chance that a John Wick Chapter 5 will happen.
There's always a chance. Now, it's always good to try and figure out a good story before you proceed, rather than just saying we're making an announcement or trying to carry on a franchise. Not once have we ever had a plan. I know it sounds bad, but we try to do a great story, wrap up the story as we can, and then Keanu and I take a little time and we just think and we let it sit in. We try to figure out what we did really good, what could use improvement, and if there's a story to be told. Honestly, if Keanu and I woke up tomorrow and had a really good idea that we believed in, we do John Wick 5 tomorrow.
ニューヨーク、ベルリン、パリ、そして大阪。過剰なまでのアクションが世界的スケールに進化した。結果には原因があり。
You and I left a good life behind a long time ago.
行いには報いがある。ジョン・ウィック・コンセクエンス。
Consequences.
バックステージパスにご参加いただき誠にありがとうございます。ナビゲーターの渡辺樹里です。
さあ、今回の映画ジョン・ウィック・コンセクエンスでは一体誰が報いを受けるのか、乞うご期待。